Hi, everyone, and welcome to another A&B Horror Movies video. I'm Aaron.
I am Ben.
And today we are joined by Frank Dormani. Frank, welcome.
Thank you for having me. How you doing, guys?
Great. We're so happy to have you on. So Frank is a composer primarily. I did some research on IMDb. I see that you have 20 projects accredited to you, which is awesome. You're also an actor and a producer, so you wear a few different hats, I guess I would say. 13 upcoming projects, including a horror movie called Phantom Fun World, which looks quite awesome. But why don't we go right into some of the questions that we have for you? Actually, no, I got ahead. What are we drinking?
Oh, that's right.
Frank, what are you drinking?
Drinking a little Corona, a quarter.
A must. Did you put a lime in it?
No, actually, I did not. I haven't tried that yet. It just straight up,
the Disaronno in it, and it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper.
Oh wow, no.
And it actually does.
There's a video.
I'm interested in that, actually. I'm very interested in that.
I think it's half and half. Look it up on YouTube. There are videos of it, people trying it. They're like, it really does taste like Dr. Pepper.
Oh wow. It's like a car bomb tastes like chocolate milk. Like an Irish car bomb.
Yeah, totally.
Sure, it's like that, yeah.
God, I haven't had one of those in a long time. Ben, why don't you go next? What do you've got? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a brew dog. It's called a Hop Fiction.
Cool. Nice.
It says available in paperback.
Nice.
Yes, you have to watch Pulp Fiction and drink a few of those.
That's
awesome. That's cool.
Let's see. I've got Seaworthy by Oxbow Brewing Company. It's an IPA, and they are located in Newcastle, Maine.
Wow. You guys have all these like artisan beers, and I'm here with a
it's totally cool. I've got some Coronas in my fridge too.
The last person we had on talking about music and scores for movies.
Yes.
Drinking Stella, wasn't he?
He was drinking Stella, right?
Okay.
Adam Sharp. We had a whole conversation about fighting beer, and he had a Stella.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you, Frank, for playing along there. I guess the first question I have for you is, can you talk a little bit about your creative process? Like, how do you write a score for a movie? What's the, what are the phases of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very transparent about this process because there's a lot that goes into it, and being honest about everything and the transparency is very important for people to understand the worth of a composer. So it begins, with the approach from the director, the producers, and it starts with, it's either here's this film that's ready to go, here's this film that we're filming and we're looking to get a composer on board, or here's a film that's coming up, I'm shooting in 6 months, but I want you on board from the very beginning. So there's all those different approaches, and I like to get on as early as possible because I like to be there from the beginning and watch everything grow into something and be able to apply my vision as early on as possible. Because as you guys know, music is a big part in film, especially horror, because there's a lot of iconic themes out there, and so once I receive footage or I'm in talks with the director or producer, we begin a spotting process. So you go through the film, you watch the movie, and you pinpoint where you want music, what kind of music you want in certain spots. So that helps you gauge how your workflow is going to go. If you go into it, kind of blind without seeing the film a few times prior, you're going to have a hard time kind of pinpointing stuff on the spot. So it's important to spot the movie, watch it a few times. If you can watch it with the director or the producers, that's even better.
So do you come in at the end of the process? So it's already been filmed, or are you on set? Do you communicate with the actors at all, or is it mostly with the director and the producers?
So for sometimes, like, I prefer to begin scoring when I receive a final cut. So when the footage is locked and I can arrange hit points where I need to, different musical changes where I need to, I prefer that because it's just better for the workflow. But for a film like Watchdog, which is currently in post-production that I'm going to begin scoring in February, I was like talking to the actors and the cast, like while they were shooting, I was giving them calls and bothering everybody while they were shooting, because I was just like super excited for it. And I was like, come on, I was like with the editor, I was like we were talking, like, couple times a week, and he was showing me some stuff here and there, and I was just really excited for it. So I get my foot in a little bit there to try to. I'm like eager, I want footage, I want to see it, I want to get the ball rolling,
Yeah, involved in the process. That's very
absolutely
cool. Yeah.
And once you get that, once you are able to connect with the director and the producers and formulate where you're going to have certain things in relation to the film, it's kind of just like the composer goes on and I'll do my thing for few weeks or however long I'm given, and then report back here and there with, here's this rough mix, here's the direction I'm going in. It's not finalized, but you get the gist. And if you get an approval right there, you can say, okay, good. So we're going to roll with this idea. We can solidify this and we can continue moving on throughout the movie, because
of course
you want to establish those themes early on. And then from there, once you get approval from the director and the producers, go on to, for me personally, since it's a one-man team right now, it's, I mix it, I master it, and, I write it, I mix it, I master it, I send it off all on my own, so there's a lot to pack in to those few weeks you have. So yes. Good communication is also a part of the process on my end too. I pick up every single phone call I get, every text I try to answer as soon as possible. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, that sounds awesome. And I can see your studio in the background. That looks very nice. A nice setup there.
Oh, thank you. It would look much nicer if it was dark and I had the lights going, but it's a little blah right now. But well, I can send you some photos if you want. Thank you. I appreciate that.
What do you got, Ben?
So what got you into composing for movies? Did you do it for like smaller sort of things, adverts or anything before, or was you just watched the film? I like that music, like the idea of that, and I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, so I grew up, since I was 10 years old, I was in concert band and orchestras. I played brass instruments. I played mainly trumpet and the euphonium. And I did a lot of like concert band program music where there's, it's film-esque compositions where like you'll have things that sound like they're from a movie, or there'll be certain themes that will be like, oh, this could have gone in a movie. Like there's pieces like where about ghosts or about, runaway trains or zombies or whatever, you know what I mean? So a lot of that thematic material inspired me to even start writing stuff like that. But I was younger and I didn't really know how to take the proper approach. And as I went to high school, I did a lot of orchestra, like full orchestra, where we played a lot of like challenging music. And like we did a symphonic suite from West Side Story. And that was like a 25 minute arrangement. And it was absolutely insane. And you think about something like that, that's, adapted for an orchestra from, theater or a movie or something. And it's inspiring, because when you're in an orchestra and you can feel that energy, and you can hear how people can work together to create something that's so powerful, impactful, and beautiful, it's very inspiring. So, being in those ensembles and playing that music that was written by someone else made me kind of want to kind of reverse the roles and be the person who writes and composes for other people to not only enjoy playing, if it comes to that point, just for people to listen to and to be embedded in a film. And, like you said, Ben, for, what made me want to start composing film-wise was two movies in particular that I carry with me. One of them is Kick-Ass, with Aaron Taylor Johnson. You guys are familiar?
Yep, I know.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, of course.
One of my favorite movies,
Awesome.
One of my favorite scores, actually. And it was done by a handful of people, actually. But I love that. And the movie San Andreas with The Rock, it might not be like the best movie, like there's a lot of like visual effects and all that, but I saw it in the theater, and Andrew Lockington's score for that really set the stage for me, where I was like, wow, this guy wrote a crazy score. And hearing it in the theater when it came out, I was like, wow. So those two films, I carry them with me, and I'm like, I owe it to those for inspiring me to place music to picture.
Oh, very cool. So you must have an ear then. So when we watch movies, sometimes if the score is so good, you almost don't notice it, but it invokes emotions from the audience. But you must have an ear, so when you watch a movie, you completely listen to the score and
oh yeah,
the music
absolutely
associated with it.
Absolutely. I take notes. You know, I will, like, I'll be watching a movie and I'll take out my phone and I'll just go on the notes and I'll start writing stuff down. I'll be like, this
So you're that guy in the theater who's on his phone.
Yeah, in the theater. I'm
just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, well, sometimes in the theater, I love going to the theater, especially now because I listen for it. It's in the best place to hear it, you know. So
if you go to
I try to pick
the
best seat to sit to hear it all and enjoy it there. But if I'm at home, I'll definitely take notes and rewind certain things and listen back, and you know, because it's really important to study it this way. It's whenever I watch a movie, I'm like, all right, I'm studying, you know, I'm enjoying the art and studying it, and the emotion it evokes, when it evokes emotion in you, that's how, you know, it's really hitting hard, and the cohesion between the film and the score is locked in.
Yep. I went to grad school for screenwriting, so different but similar. So when I watch a movie, I almost visualize what the words would look like on the page.
Oh, okay.
And how it transfers to the screen.
Interesting. Very interesting approach.
Yeah. Well, going back to your creative process, you said that you watched the movies first. You like to get the final cut. How many times do you watch the movie and then before you actually start composing anything? And do you watch it a few times and then you let it sit for a few days? You start to think about melodies before you put anything down on paper?
Yeah,
how do you like to work, I guess?
It could be a mix of both. Definitely watching it through, like a film, like Phantom Fun World and Late Checkout. My two, like, Late Checkout is finished, and Phantom Fun World was in the middle of that process and still going. So the two of those, I did a very similar process. I watched them both a few times. Late Checkout, I think, was 3 times full, and Phantom was probably about 2 or 3 right now. I'll probably do another watch. But yeah, it's just as much as I need. If I get it right away, if I watch it once and I'm like, okay, I'm going in, I got the ideas, let's do this. You know, it's situational.
Awesome. Of course.
You know, for Phantom Fun World, I dove right in because I was writing music for it months ago because I pitched to it way before.
Get it. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I pitched to get it. And because my buddy Tyler Horner from Eye for Eye Productions, he actually has a movie coming out that I am scoring called The House Among the Trees. I'm sure you've seen some stuff about it.
I think so, yes.
Okay, yeah. Then we have a trailer out and everything I could direct you to. But he was the DP
cool.
on.
Point us to it.
Yeah, I definitely will. Rumor did an article about it as well. Cool. But he was the director of photography on that, and I was kind of like, when he told me about it, I was like, whoa, this is cool. I was like, dude, you gotta go to bat for me here, man. I was like, because we've worked together before, and he knows my style and he knows, you know, what I'm capable of doing with film and stuff, like, because we worked together on his stuff. And I was like, dude, you gotta go to bat for me. I was like, I'm gonna write demos for them. I'm gonna send stuff to you and to them. So I did, and I was just writing a bunch of different ideas, and then eventually it all came together. And I thank Tyler for that, like, very often, because I'm very grateful for that. For him, you know, directing me that way. And it seems to be all, you know, pieces are all falling together. So
I was looking into Phantom Fun World before this video, and I saw that Ari Lemon is in it, which is awesome. The first Jason. It looks like a pretty impressive cast. Can you tell us a little bit about the project without getting in trouble?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Phantom is played by L.C. Holt. He plays the Lamb Mask from You're Next. I'm sure you've both seen that movie.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
You know that, right, Ben? You're Next?
For sure. I've watched so many horror films now. So
that's the one where they're in the house in the woods, not in the woods, like a mansion, and there's like 35 people who die.
And the intruders coming in. If you saw the poster, you know what it was.
You would know it. Yeah, Barbara Crampton is the mother. Anyway, go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, no. So L.C. Holt, he plays the Lamb Mask in that, and I'm pretty sure he has a really cool moment in that film where they kill this one guy and he's sitting on the couch next to the dead body and he's just sitting there, and it's actually such a badass scene. That's literally the photo for him in my contacts. In my contacts, that is the photo of him with the Lamb Mask, And I love it every single time.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, because he's also the writer and director for Watchdog.
Okay, and that's another new project you have.
Another project starring some of the cast and crew from Phantom Fun World. So it's a little
cool
circle of filmmakers. You know, if you go on IMDb, you'll be able to cross-reference. So, and Phantom Fun World stars also Wes Robinson from Blair Witch, the 2016 Blair Witch that they did. He plays the character Lane, and he's a very talented actor, very talented actor.
And that one was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, actually. I'm pretty sure that's where I watched it.
I mean, I went a little too far in the final act, but we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, understood. Also starring, why am I blanking here? Ari Lehman, like you said, he plays a very interesting character. I won't say who he plays because, yeah.
I don't want to get you.
I definitely don't want to spoil
any means,
anything from Phantom Fun World.
Exactly.
It's definitely worth watching for sure. Also starring the final girl is Celeste Blandon. She's an up and coming actress. She's also in Watchdog as well. And the crew they have on there, Tyler Horner, who shot it, Jaron Lewis, Jake Capronica, they're all really, really great guys. Blair Hoyle, and these guys are all part of Watchdog and The House Among the Trees. So, like I said, that circle of really talented people, all working together. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's great.
It's definitely great. And Tori Jones, the director, did an amazing job crafting the story and writing it the way he did and making everything come together. So huge shout out to Tori. He's a very respected guy in the indie world. He's got a couple films out. So yeah, I mean, the Phantom Fun World is really highly anticipated for me, and I've already seen it. So I'm
awesome. Actually, Ben, before I let you ask a question, when is it coming out? Can you tell us that? Will it be a theatrical release or streaming? Or
I imagine they're pushing for the theatrical, but I'd say definitely physical, like DVD, Blu-ray,
yes. Yes. Well, we will definitely get a copy. And Ben, if you have any room on your shelves,
absolutely. You want to own this one, definitely. It's very, very unique. The character of the Phantom is absolutely amazing. There's a teaser trailer, a first look out on YouTube. If you've seen, I don't know if you've seen it, but
I haven't. No, I'll check it out. And your score or your music is in that.
Yeah,
too?
I did. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I'd say if you could even pull it up, we can watch it together. It's only like a minute, but
oh gosh, I don't think we've ever shared a video on here.
I don't know. I'm not good with Zoom. I'm like,
we might lose the recording.
Oh shoot, I don't know how to do it. Oh yeah, share screen. It's not going to be me. I'll mess it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. Maybe we'll put a link in when we post this video.
Maybe we could do a trailer reaction to it. Watch it together, and we'll post that as a video. So,
that's a good idea too.
Yeah, and there's an official trailer that should be coming soon. Also, that's going to be more formal, trailer style.
And get music because we've got the composer. So.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's all right.
Well, anyway, when it comes out, man, let's definitely revisit that. That
absolutely
sounds awesome.
Absolutely. So jumping back, Frank, I just want to know how weird is it watching a movie without any music, because
that's a good question.
Music adds like a lot to the film. Like I said, The Thing's my favorite film, and the music in that really gives it like an intense sort of. So do you watch it and then go, I can make this a lot more scarier with like what you've got in your head? Or
That's a very interesting question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before. So thank you for asking that, because now you have me thinking about different scenarios. Because it is weird watching it without music, because it's a blank. What am I looking for?
Canvas.
Yeah, it's a blank canvas. It's a clean slate. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There might be temp music. Temp music might be there, but sometimes when you have that cut that's ready for you to work on, there's nothing there because it's ready for you to go ahead and apply your vision. So there's many different ways you could score different scenes. You can change mood and tone completely. You could change meaning of a scene completely with music. So it definitely is odd watching it, because there's you put a lot of pressure on yourself, me personally, because I can go a couple different routes with a certain scene. And you want to make sure you're going the right direction.
Yeah.
Because like I said, watching it with either temp music that's just there temporarily to, kind of piece everything together as they're still editing, or there's nothing there. You don't know exactly what's going to fit best. So you have to try some different things. It's trial and error a lot of the time. Yep. And for me, I'll be able to grasp a vision. I'll watch something. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to do this here. And I'll just go ahead and it'll get approved. And it'll be like, that first thing I came up with is approved. And I don't know if I would have tried anything else, I don't know maybe if I said, okay, let me do another version. I don't know if I would have done something different. So it's definitely odd. It's definitely what am I trying to, it's an odd process for sure.
It's got to be so cool having like that playground though, to watch the film and go, right, I can do this here, I can do that. It's got to be so cool to know that you've been asked to add, well, I suppose, music does add feeling and emotion to a film. So that's a really cool, I think that's an awesome kind of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, thank you. I definitely am very thankful and grateful for all the people who have put trust in me, have put their movie in my hands at some point and have trusted me to put music under it, or even have considered me to do it, because it's an honor, you know what I mean? And
well, even you're doing a good enough job. You've done enough now, so...
Thank you. Yeah, I hope, it's all about building up. I do this for me, because I do this to, for myself, because I love it, and for the people that are going to watch the movie, I do it for everyone else, so I can make other people proud and happy. This is entertainment. And at the end of the day, it's about the customer, the consumer, so, I love to do it. I love what I do.
That's
and
awesome.
It's even better when I get good feedback from other people who are like, wow, this movie was awesome. Great score, or great, wow, the music really worked well here. That means a lot to me, even just a small compliment, like, dude, great job on the score. Like, that means the world to me,
Yes.
Do you ever pick kind of ideas from films? It's like you've got what can I use? Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, I remember had his score, but a lot of the score was just like cymbals and stuff like that, and just kind of noises. It wasn't an actual music, where you've got other movies like, I'd say, like The Exorcist, where there was the scenes in Iraq, and you got the tubular bells and all different. Yes. Do you ever sort of pick from those and think, oh, that sounds sort of good here? Not that song, but that type of sound.
Yeah, absolutely. That, that's like you're saying about the different approaches. The Exorcist could have been done with a more aleatoric sound, where there's, instruments that are just playing random stuff to create that chaotic feel. But instead they went the route with the da na 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 na, and it still evokes that creepy feeling of like the possession there, and that whole story. But if it was done in a different way, like you're saying, like how they did like Texas Chainsaw, or how they the composer for like the Conjuring movies, how those are done, where it's a lot of sound design and that really ominous, eerie stuff. It definitely changes the mood of a movie. So it's about taking your inspirations and watching and listening, and also hearing what the director and the producers want, because it's their movie and we have to make sure that we accompany what they envision,
Of course.
So I've had a lot of moments where the directors that I work with, we share the same liking. So for example, on Phantom Fun World, Tori and I share the same liking for a few composers, and we were like, oh, he sent me some stuff. So I was like, oh, I know, I love that. I would be more than happy to emulate that in some way. So yeah, like you're saying, Ben, it definitely is listening to other film scores and watching other films and seeing how that was done to achieve that effectiveness.
Well, continuing with that, since we are all about horror movies here, what are your favorite? You mentioned your two favorites, Kick-Ass and San Andreas. What are your top favorite horror movies from a score perspective?
I Know What You Did Last Summer is definitely on that list.
Oh, that's a good one.
John Debney really did amazing with that one. It's very similar to the.
How about the sequels?
Scores.
I'm kidding. I don't know. Are the sequels good? The scores? I don't know.
I actually haven't seen. I saw the kill count for the third one, But I do love the second movie. I really do like the second.
The second one's good, right?
And the score is done by John Frizzell for the second one, and I love his work too. So that one's really great as well. Those two go hand in hand. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Which is the one with Jack Black in? Jack Black's in one of them, isn't he?
Yeah, the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where they win like the tropical island.
Yeah.
On the radio. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the wrong answer. And I do love that movie. I enjoy that one.
It's fun. Yeah, I like that one too.
It is. It's fun.
What other films would you pick?
Scream, of course. Marco Beltrami.
Yes.
The GOAT, the legend,
Yeah.
John Carpenter, of course. Halloween, you can't go wrong with it.
Right.
A little more modern, we can more contemporary, I'd say Brian Tyler has probably claimed the number one composer for me. He's done work on the new Scream movie, Scream 5, and he's doing Scream 6 as well.
Oh, awesome.
He did a couple of Final Destination movies, I think. The Final Destination and Final Destination 5.
Those are cool.
He's done the Fast and Furious movie. He's done Rambo, The Mummy, Ready or Not, which is a great movie. His work is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. Big inspiration for me. So I've been listening to a ton of his stuff over the past 2 years, just grasping what he does because it's masterful, in my opinion.
Is there a score that you listen to a lot without watching the movie that you just play a score? Do you ever do that?
my
what's
playlist,
your favorite? Your playlist
on Spotify here. I got yeah. I mean, it's just there's Ready or Not is a great one. You like that movie?
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah,
so great. I think Radio Silence. Those guys that movie's insane. I love it. Love it.
That's a good one.
So his score is great for that. I like the way he Brian Tyler messes with different time signatures and crafts his own sound that way.
And the beginning of Your Next, there's a song that keeps playing from the 70s, right? And it's on repeat. But the neighbors next door, they get killed. And so the song just keeps playing over and over. I know that's not a score, but
right. That's right. Song, I forgot about that. Yeah. That movie. Yeah. I would love to watch that again because the scene with the blender
so
in it is
yeah. Well, when they're all sitting and having dinner, right, and the guy goes to the window, which is a famous director. I can't think of his name, escapes me. There's a famous director in it who dies. One of the first characters to die. He goes to the window and an arrow goes right through his eye, and that's when everyone starts screaming and
shit hits the fan there for sure. It's
definitely
love that. I love that movie.
Ben, have you not seen Your Next? I know I keep asking you this.
This is that with the masks.
Yes, and it's like a family get together and everybody gets killed.
Oh yeah, I watched. You got to stop asking me about these films. It's supposed to be a horror channel, and I can't remember it.
As he's in front
maybe
of
we can edit
an infinite wall of movies, just like.
It's right there on the left. I can see it.
Right next to the Halloween. Right next to the Halloween collection, right there.
I was saying to Aaron, there's so many back there that still in the cellophane. I've never even watched.
And I've got a handful of those too, man.
I recommend movies to Ben. Then he looks. He's like, I own it.
But it's wrapped up stuff. Yeah.
It's wrapped.
No, it's just so. There's so much to watch. And it's like the saying, isn't it? So little time, but it's getting around to it all.
Yep,
not enough
absolutely.
time.
It's funny, Ben, because you're in the UK, and I love your accent. By the way, it's amazing. Of course, and I always, when I was growing up, I would see like I'm pretty sure it was like the UK releases of movies, and they'd have like the number on the spine, and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the age.
Oh, yeah, it's the rating system. Yeah.
That's their ratings. I never knew what that was. I was like, if it had a number, I was like, oh, okay, that's someone in Europe or someone in the UK or something. It's just so bizarre to me.
We were talking about this. I think it was like 2 videos ago or something like that, and we was on about the film Megan that come out and how different the age difference and stuff like that. And I found out it's actually a 15 over, and was it like a PG-13?
It's 13 here. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's mad. Yeah.
How much do they enforce that, Ben? Do they Like at the theater, if you're not 15, do they not let you in?
Yeah, if you don't look it and you haven't got ID, you're not
really?
getting it. Yeah,
really?
It's really it's like I did watch Megan, and I was like, you could have kind of let it get away with a PG-13. I don't know, maybe
Yeah. I heard that the director cut out a lot of the gore.
Yeah, they're releasing another.
The director's cut, I think, will be coming out.
I don't know, Megan.
Did you watch it, Frank?
Sorry. Yeah, I saw it in the theater, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's funny. We're on about music.
Fun, but forgettable. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
exactly. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
It's like funny with music and films that aren't overly scary. It's like you got Insidious, which is a 15, and
really,
like my son's like,
I think that's PG-13 here.
Yeah, and it's a 15 here. And my son, do you remember you used to get the song "Tiptoe Through the Tulips"? Now, it's not a scary song, but he put it with that film, and he knew it was. So if he heard it, he'd be like a cat up a curtain, and he'd jump on the stage. And it's funny, isn't it? How you kind of, as we're talking about music, how it influences the movie, and
absolutely.
Yes, that's
beautifully said.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, it's supposed to be something scary. It's again, emotion.
And now we'll always associate Tiptoe Through the Tulips with a horror film.
Yeah.
And want to turn it off. Or
exactly.
not. Or
look
not.
At God. What is it called? Jesus. Hold on.
What's it about?
Oh, Mr. Sandman. There we go. Mr. Sandman.
Yes.
With Halloween.
Yeah, definitely.
Great song, but you hear it just like you hear it and it's Halloween, Michael Myers.
What a great intro with that
Fall,
song.
Halloween, October. I love it. That you get that vibe right away. It's that emotion. It takes over you.
Right.
It's a beautiful
thing.
Oh
yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep. Well, gosh, we could probably talk for hours. This has been really cool. One question.
I'm having a great time.
Cool. And I do want to fit in some trivia. One question that we often ask is, you mentioned some of your idols, I guess I would say, or other composers that you look up to. If you had an opportunity to sit down and chat with any composer, alive or dead, who would you choose? I guess you could throw out a couple names too.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Tyler.
A dinner party. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, like a your next dinner party type of thing, except no one dies.
Right.
Except everybody lives.
Just don't go to the window.
Yeah, no, just stay, just eat. I'd have no problem doing that. That'd be great. But Brian Tyler, definitely. John Debney.
Awesome.
John Frizzell. Marco Beltrami, of course. I had someone else that I just thought of that is escaping my mind. Oh, James Newton Howard, Hans Zimmer, like the two of them together. A lot of people know Hans Zimmer like as the film composer, and don't get me wrong, he's absolutely fantastic. I would absolutely love to pick his brain and ask him just like about his career, just starting and going through it, and how he assembled such a team behind him and how he reached where he is. And James Newton Howard did some scores with him as well, and his own, like the Dark Knight stuff, the Batman.
The Man versus the Man of Steel was really good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, powerhouse composers here. Like these are guys that the big boys, So probably those guys, man. They're just
cool. Great answer, man. I don't know a lot. I know some of those names, but I don't know all of them. I'll have to look into.
I'm sorry. I should when I say a name, I should precursor with a film that they've done. You know what I mean? So the most recent Scream movie, Brian Tyler.
It's good because we don't do a whole lot of. We do some homework, but we kind of play it.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm here to help. If I'm, it's like
you're teaching us.
Yes.
You guys will probably teach me the horror trivia. That you guys will school me on the horror trivia, because I hope I don't let you down.
Well, we don't have a lot of time for that, but we'll ask a couple questions. But before we get to that, I do have a viewer question. So whenever we have guests on like you, I do reach out to some of our viewers to see if they have any questions. This one comes from Cheers Up Cinema. So check him out on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And he asked, what is your, I think we talked about this a little bit, but what is your favorite movie score and why? What were the elements, I guess, what are the elements that stand out for you?
Okay. So I will have to take it back to the Kick-Ass score. Even though it's not horror, I will take it back because it's just the right amount of the heroic stuff, right? The typical heroic action music, but you also they have guitars and bass and drums in there too, and it just adds a more, it's surrounding these high school kids, and it just adds more of like that grit of, like that garage band grit, growing up and not everything's perfect, not everything's clean cut, not everything's super set in stone for these kids, and everything's kind of up in the air. And when you have a gritty sounding arrangement, it kind of gives you that same feeling. For me personally, it might sound ridiculous to somebody else listening, but to me personally, I think that goes hand in hand with the characters and the town that they're in, and the way the setting is and how they're bullied and beat up. It's just it represents that angst, and the way that those composers arrange that, the theme for Kick-Ass, absolutely beautiful. And the way they mix it all together, and they reprise that theme so many times throughout the movie, it's just, you never get tired of hearing it. It's like I want to hear it in every single cue, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that sometimes you can't explain how things resonate with you emotionally, and I guess that's what makes it special when it's unique to one person. So
yes.
Take it with a grain of salt if you may, but
that's such a great description. You're making me want to go watch the movie again. So
thanks, dude.
There you go.
I would probably too. And the sequel. I like the sequel. Don't kill me. I like it.
I don't think I've seen the sequel. Let's just do 2 quick horror trivia. So we've got,
let's do it, man.
This is the horror Trivial Pursuit game. Paranormal, monster, gory, disturbing, psychological, comedy, or slasher.
If it's too easy, we have to do another one.
Yeah, okay, let's see. What category would you pick?
You pick. Ben, go ahead. You pick.
Ben, what would you pick? Do you want me to read them again? Paranormal. I got to look at what color that is. Okay, director John Carpenter cast his then wife Adrienne Barbeau in what ghostly seaside film? John Carpenter. Nope.
Is that him? No, that's not
I don't
him.
think he did that. Adrienne Barbeau was the lead. Is a lighthouse.
Oh shit.
Something rolls in off the ocean.
Oh man. You said the sea and I thought ghost ship. Oh god.
It's the fog.
Oh,
right.
The captain
the
guy.
Lighthouse.
What's his name?
Off the ocean. All right, let's do one more. Monster.
Delete
gory.
that from the.
We'll cut that out. Monster, gory, psychological comedy, or slasher.
Let's do gory.
Okay, that is better known for his fitness videos. Which 1980s bodybuilder portrayed the maniac in Home Sweet Home in 1981? I have no idea.
I never even heard of it. Sorry.
Jake Steinfeld, who went on to promote Body by Jake line of videos and products.
Me and Ben are just here like,
yeah. Boom.
Come on, Aaron.
You want to do one? Let's do one more. Here's one. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar starred in what film where they are stalked by a killer using a hook?
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I know what you did last summer.
Of course, yes. We'll end on that one.
We got one. Love it. I'd love to ask you one, Aaron. I would love to ask you one. Yeah.
Do you have one?
If I have one off the top of my head,
research.
I feel like I would have.
Well, I can't take credit for these. They're all from the Trivial Pursuit game.
I love that. I want to get that game. That's cool.
It's just the Horror Ultimate Edition. Cool. Newberry Comics had it.
Awesome. That's a great score. Great story.
Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Well, thank you, Frank. This has been so awesome. Like always, if there's a future video you'd like us to do, or if there's a movie you'd like us to talk about, add a comment and we will consider it in the future.
Absolutely. I will. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was great talking with you guys, and I appreciate you listening to me and appreciating my insight. And I love talking with you guys. Fun. Let's definitely do it again.
when the new movies come out, let's talk, man. We'll do
absolutely. I'll be right. I'll be right
some
there.
Maybe some other folks on.
Yeah, absolutely. I can get some buddies in, and we'll have a big
watch party.
Your Next style hangout.
Actually, maybe a watch party. Watch the movie live.
That would be freaking awesome. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, let's talk. That'd be cool.
Perfect.
All right, Ben, you want to close it out?
Yeah. As always, go over to Instagram, follow us over there, A&B Horror Movies, and hit the like and subscribe if you come across this and you liked it. Hit it if you didn't. So it helps the channel. Go and check Frank out, and thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you, Ben and Aaron. You guys were great. A&B Movies. Awesome. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.